Okay, everyone, I got my bro to be my bro, Deandre Overstreet. How you been?
Good man, how you? How you? What's going
I'm
on?
I'm great. I'm great.
Good,
D,
good.
I brought you on this segment to discuss, power within you. You can hear me all right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I wanted to discuss something about how do you stay positive and how do you keep moving forward?
Okay. Okay. So the many things, right? We go through a lot of trials and tribulations, and I think the first thing to identify what bothers you is to ask yourself questions. Ask yourself why you're upset. Why does things bother you? And just basically think about your day. Think about what hurts you. Think about what actually makes you feel like I can't. Right? A
You
lot of
can't what?
times, a lot of times we don't like to face ourselves because we think that it's too hard to deal with the pain. Um, but I can say that it's more of a progress when you really set goals for yourself and you really look at where you are and where you want to be, and you always want to manifest. And not, I've learned this year, but you want to manifest things that you are. Like, say if you don't feel good about yourself, you tell yourself, "I am great. I am beautiful. I am a king. I am more than I am for someone else." To be knowledgeable of your own worth, right? So, say for there's a lot of things that goes on with me, right? I've been in situations that I don't like having my car get stranded in PA. But I don't
So
know about everybody and their faith. But
hold on, bro. I'm sorry to interrupt. You mean that new car you bought?
oh no! There was a car before this one that I had,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, it got stranded in PA, and I didn't know how I was going to get back home, and I was completely neglected of help to even know how to get back home in the first place. So it became more of an understanding that I was upset at the fact that I felt like I didn't have the support that I needed. But one thing I've learned, especially about my worth, is that anything is possible when you believe in yourself and when you believe in the things that you know you should obtain. I believed that I was going to get this car, and I believed that I knew it was mine. I knew it was already mine. So just knowing that and it actually happening was a goal for me, right? Because I took the chance to say, you know what, I deserve better. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Now, a lot of times we get angry and we give up very quickly because we're not acceptable to the circumstances that we are in. But let's be honest. If you're not working hard for the things you want, how do you expect things to occur? How do you expect things to become what you consider reality? I'm a singer at the end of the day, right? So if I'm not practicing on the things that I love, how can I expect things to work out? How can I expect people to take me seriously if I'm not considering my craft as important? Um, we have to love ourselves enough to say, you know what, I am that person. I am great at what I do. Um, and be proud of who you are. Do not feel ashamed about your life and the mistakes that comes. Be able to embrace those situations. You know, be able to embrace the situations that you live through because at the end of the day, let's reflect. Okay, a lot of times things don't go your way, but look at how you made it out of that. That's how I made it out. Things that I didn't like, I had to understand that it was a blessing in disguise. Um, but what I'm really trying to get at is always believe in the things that you want for yourself, and it will come true. Is it the easiest thing that comes to life, like in 5 seconds? Is it gonna just happen over time? Yes. Is it gonna happen in the moment you want it? No. But you have to also accept that things are not going to be as perfect as you want them to be because those routes that you consider as a mistake is a blessing for you not to even be in those situations. And I say not that. I say don't let the negative be a negative indication of I'll never be able to get anywhere in life because things are so hard. Let's take the time out to say what do I want for myself and how do I pertain on getting it. And if anything, you should talk to people that support you. You should have somebody that's around you that's pushing you and making sure that you're doing well for yourself. Even if it's not you, somebody that you care about is there for you. Oh, and that as well. Achieving goals is not just about you. It's literally about others following after what you do. I'm an inspiration, right? So if you're achieving something in life and others are looking at it, know that that's helping somebody else as well. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's all. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. That's the major thing for me. Always consider the situations you're in, reflect, and always think about where you want to be in your life, and make that the goal. Make that your reason to strive. And you'll get far.
I totally agree, and that's based on what you said about manifesting and try to say that you are strong, you are king, and all that. That is like a reminder. That's a wake up reminder for every day, even if yesterday or the day before wasn't the best one, and it brings you down, and you kind of need those reminders. Just remember that great things will happen to you later on. If you keep on believing and also stay true to yourself. And I similarly want to connect to that car story. The previous car I had before, funny thing is, the last girl I went out with, I tried to drive her to work and then it shut down. And my dumb ass don't know how to fix car. Literally tried to impress her by open the engine, open the hood, and just staring at it like, okay. And yeah, and there was another time that same car kinda had its I don't know, I think the heater was overheating, and my anxiety was getting the best of me because I just want to take the car home. That's it. Don't do this to me. Don't let me get stranded here overnight. I'm too fucking tired. And because I had to stop every 10 minutes to get home just to cool it down and then start it back up again. It was pretty embarrassing. It was like after midnight, honestly. It was after midnight, and I just spent a lot of money on getting it fixed the last time, and it was kind of annoying. I mean, the car, it was an old car. It was running on its last legs. But again, going back to your story about buying a new car, the same thing happened with me. I had to get it. I don't want to. I didn't want to impress nobody.
Right.
I bust my ass for years, and it's not easy. And I'm trying to feel good for myself and just buy the car, a very good, nice car, not just to think that I'm better. I have to believe that I still have opportunities that I could withstand, and the confidence level I had before, it was pretty low. And after buying it, it boosted my confidence. Say, wow, I did that. I mean, sure, you have to pay. You gotta pay it off for years, like a year or two, right?
Of course.
Yeah, that's everybody does that, and also you have to learn how to take care of it, and I'm willing to do that. So going with your story, that kind of hit me into the heart. Like a lot of people deal with this kind of problem, and the good things will happen later on, and it will continue to do that once you stay positive. Which I wanted to ask you something. How do you overcome negativity?
Okay. That's a good question. To get over negativity, I think it takes time to how do I say this? I had to learn a lesson. I had to talk to my older sister about this. And there's a moments when people will try to make your character look like something that it's not. And you sometimes often believe it because some people think that they know something about you that you may not know about yourself, and you make that valid. But in reality, you have to look at how you've been to others. Like, for me, for example, I know I'm a kind person, right? And so when you try to deter my character because of something you're not for yourself, a lot of times people like to sabotage because they don't have some value development in their own lives. And so when they try to manipulate your life to being something that it's not, it's because they're not happy in where they are for them.
Mm,
Um,
I see.
and a lot of times we don't take the chance to really look at ourselves. Instead, we look at others and then blame them for why they live in their lives, but not realizing that they want to live the life that you're living. You know what I'm saying? Um, it comes with self value. The reason why I can get over negativity is because I love myself. And you have to want that for you. But don't get me wrong, I didn't like myself for a very long time because I chose to believe in what my circumstances, like family, not having them as much, just not getting enough from the people that I care about. I made them a factor of why I felt like I was shitty. But in reality, I'm doing my best to just be a good human being. And sometimes we let that take away from who we are growing into. You know what I'm saying? You don't. Nobody likes to take responsibility for their actions, but the only way to be real with you, and the only way to get over negativity is by being real with yourself. Like, am I not where I need to be because of my situation, or am I going to listen to somebody tell me who I'm not? That's where we're getting at. It's a pinpoint. You either want to live for you, or you're going to live for somebody else telling you who you are. And that's called control. And at the end of the day, if you don't love yourself enough to know that you deserve better, you're going to keep going in the same cycles of negativity. That's the point. And let's be real. Is it always the best thing of somebody making you feel a certain type of way and you don't get angry about it? Of course not. But to allow you to have when I
Do you there?
no.
Do you there?
Yeah.
Okay, you just kind of cut off.
I'll cut off?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I was saying self worth comes into play, right? And we sometimes forget that we're more than just what we look like. Like, just because somebody else don't like you doesn't mean the whole world doesn't like you too. You gotta want to know what you are, and a lot of times we have to love ourselves enough to know and ourselves to be able to deal with a lot of things that others may not be able to see, and shouldn't see. How about that? Just because you're great and people won't accept it, don't mean that you're not great. It just means that it's not for them to be found. And we also have to understand too. Everybody has certain energies that a lot of people shouldn't be letting in, and we accept everything, calling it growth. But sometimes it's immature to just let anybody love you and they don't deserve you. So in order to face negativity, you have to be real with yourself and love yourself because of who you are, not because of what others make you feel like, and not because of a thought that is not true. You have to know your worth for you. That's how you move forward. And that's how you stay positive.
I like that. A lot of people will discriminate you, will tease you for no reason just to make themselves feel better, and these things happen. And huh?
That's what they shouldn't have do.
Yeah, I mean, no matter, and all you want to do is just go your day and just
It.
yeah, just do your job, do what you have to do, and that's it. And stay away from drama. But there's always gotta be that one person that Deandre still there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I just heard something in the background. What
Yeah.
was yeah? What was I saying? There's gonna be one person. Christian guy quote that the
Hmm.
devil will always bring around just to give you some toxicity.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, to many of
Of
the list
course.
yeah to many of the listeners that are listening out there, there's always going to be that one person or one thing that's going to dis- to shame you, to destroy you from the inside, will push you into your limits. That your anxiety, your depression might
Hmm.
take you to into a worse dark place ever.
Yeah. And it might be the people close to you. You
Is
just never know.
yeah, that kind of thing happens at times, and
Hmm.
of course, family might do that to you the same, even though that you
Hmm.
love them. Some things they say or words they say might hurt you, but you know what? Just all I gotta tell you this though: forget about what they say. Forget what
Yeah.
they say. If they don't like how you is, if they don't like how you do, that's their problem. All you gotta do, in my mindset, just worry about what you gotta do. Be yourself. Focus on you. Find you. Do you, and not worry about who the fuck say or think.
Yep.
I'm
I
sorry.
agree.
Yeah, exactly. Um, just another question.
Mhm.
Yeah. I just gotta know, bro. Are you outside or something?
Yeah, I'm coming back from New Jersey, so I'm driving at the moment.
Oh,
Listen, yeah, I didn't want to just completely get off the phone or not. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be as apparent and available as possible whenever I can.
again, I do appreciate you being on the segment. I mean, you since you're driving, I don't want you getting
No, no, no,
distracted.
no, 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 no.
All right, I just want
Definitely not.
okay. We're gonna end this soon, bro. I don't want to
No, I'm
just.
actually in the passenger seat. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, I'm
okay.
good.
Um, I, the other question I want to ask you: what is your don't quit attitude?
What about don't quit attitude? Um, I don't know. Okay, well these questions are really interesting because I just do this automatically and not actually think about it. But I look okay. I reflect a lot of times through my past, and I tell myself that that's not who I am. And so by that moment of understanding, that's when I say I won't quit. Because if I made it through a lot of the things that made me feel like nothing, when I made it through people shitting on me, betraying me, bullying me, and then try to slander my name because they don't like themselves, I then think about where I came from and how I made it over. And then when you have God on your side, first of all, I won't even go into that conversation because that's a whole different thing. But when you have that value of understanding that you are something better, you don't worry about, you don't think less to where you don't want to exist anymore or you feel like you're nothing because it didn't work out. No, I'm here for a reason. You know what I mean? You declare that for yourself. You should always feel better about where you are in your life, no matter how things may look or things don't work out. So quit is I don't quit means to me, um, I don't quit means to me as freedom. I seek freedom in my walk, right? So me quitting is me letting go of myself and not allow myself to be where I want to be in my life. So I don't quit because I want what I deserve. And that's it. There is no trying to make that anywhere more less sensible than the next person. You shouldn't quit because you deserve better. You shouldn't quit because you know what's better for you. And that's how you should want anything to go in your life. So that's how I live mine. And I also want to say this too. I'm not perfect at all, but I promise you, my story is a whole different realm of aliens, just like anybody else. I'll say aliens for a reason. But everybody else is not. Everybody's story is not the same. But I am the type of person I'll fight for you and me because I would hate to see somebody go through the dark and scary moments I had to go through because I wasn't given the help half the time to love myself. I had to find it in myself to love myself. And those were circumstances I had to just accept. There was no, nobody giving me answers. And I refuse to let, like you, as for example, my brother, to fall victim to negativity or bound of, I don't feel like I can do this anymore. I've had my twin sister nearly give up on her own life, and I fought for her because there's more to life than just somebody telling you who you aren't. When you have somebody that believes in you, you get what I'm saying? So we should be more encouraged to fight for what's ours, and that's really how I feel. So yeah.
It's your sister. I'm sorry. Is your sister doing okay?
Yeah, she's fine.
Okay.
That was like years ago, but we go through moments at times where she has her own depression, right? I'm there for her all the time, and I'm more aware of her feelings because of where she is. But I also have to give her the reality of things, right? You have to be honest with her, tell her what it really is about life. But one thing about being my twin and that I won't allow is letting her circumstances be the reason why she doesn't feel like she shouldn't exist. Because I fought for myself when nobody believed in me. So why should I allow you to feel like you don't deserve it because others won't believe in you? I fought for myself, for my own goals to happen. And that's what makes me great, right? You have to love yourself to do that. I'm going to make you love yourself. I'm going to let you look at who you are first before you sit there and tell me that you're not worth it. Because you'll have to explain that to me. And I don't take any excuses. And nobody should ever feel condemned on feeling, you know what I'm saying? Like they are something. You should feel like you're something. You should feel like you deserve better for yourself. Why would I sit there and tell you you're not better because you're not me? Are you stupid? Who are you to tell me who I am? Right? So who am I to tell you who you are if I don't like myself? I only can give advice to something I understand for my value. So in order for me to let you have power over me, I have to understand that your circumstances is not like mine, and I'm willing to give you an understanding, but you're not going to tell me who I'm not. You're not going to have that much power over me. I will not allow it, because then that tells me that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do for myself. And that's what I fight for. I fight for people to have, I fight for kings and queens, because I feel like we are of royalty. And what I'm not about to deal with is peasantry. And I'm saying that from a circumstance of having to know what it looks like to where I am today. And it's not about it's not even about status in life. It's about what you are inside. I feel like a king for myself inside. I should not tolerate less because people are shitty. I shouldn't make it okay because nobody wants to love me the way I love myself. So then goodbye. You get what I'm saying? We tolerate too much, and we put ourselves through so much hurt that we don't allow ourselves to look at what we deserve. And so, yeah, that's really what I fight for. I fight for our freedom, our mental freedom, and our spiritual freedom, because we have those moments too. So, as people, and so that's really my goal. Besides being a singer and being great, I want to be inspiration that we're not alone and that we deserve better. You know, we just deserve better.
You may have answered another question I'm about to ask you about inner power, because I believe that your power is like you fight for the people. You have a neat skill on lending helping hand, and no matter who is struggling, no matter who is in need, you want to be that person to be their Superman to help them in need. And there are certain people that still live in the old world. And what I mean by old world is that it's funny. The prior of 2020 until now, it's like it was like a changing point where people can finally be true to themselves and not, you know, hide around the shadows.
Yeah.
Like the black community, uh, pride in the in LGBTQ, many others that they don't like they stop giving a fuck of what people say or think about them. If you don't like how you like how I am or
Right.
we are, don't fuck with us. Mind your business and let us be true to ourselves.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. And before we sign up, I just want to ask you some. This is the last question.
Yeah.
What is? Can you give us like a give my listeners like a message? What is the message on the power within you?
Okay. That's a story, but I'm gonna just do this in a quick moment. When you believe in the goodness of, like, I'm gonna be even more general because a lot of people don't understand would understand what I'm saying. When you nearly died in your life and you had to face, you nearly, literally, like, because COVID was a thing, right? I had COVID, but like when you have to face yourself in the way where you have to know that people that are there for you don't really love you, and you nearly died, and people were not even content in knowing that, but you were always strong enough to handle the pain. I'm gonna tell you this, right? Believing in your inner power is believing in everything that you know is true to you, right? So if you are conscious about everything around you, do not doubt anything you know already is your first intuition. Keep in mind to be honest with yourself and the things around you. The inner power comes from not only just being honest, but being transparent with yourself. Because that allows a lot of what doesn't deserve to be in your space to either be there because it's worth it or because nobody can handle who you are. That's so tough. I personally, I personally can say that I found my inner power when I gave up trying to be God. And what I mean by that is, I don't know everything, right? But I know who I am to myself. And if I can do just as much as to saving somebody else's life or being an example of being positive so that others can follow through, that's my inner power. If I can do something for somebody and not think about whether or not I'm going to get it back because I deserve it, that's my inner power. When I can tell myself I'm the shit and walk in my pride and be proud of who I am as a person because I know what I deserve, that's inner power. So anytime you ever feel like you're not worth anything, just remind yourself of what you decided to do in your circumstances and look at where you came from. And that'll show you exactly where you're supposed to be. So that's a real in itself disclosure answer because there's a lot that goes into that, but we don't have enough time. And I get real happy in those spaces because let's just say I believe I was God for a very long time, and I got disciplined to the point where I ended up in the hospital to be reminded that I'm God's child and that it's okay to not be for everybody. Everybody's not going to be for you, but there's love everywhere. Stop searching for it to be something you want it to be that it's not. Just because you deserve better don't mean the people that's being around you is going to give it to you. So
You have,
that's the summary to that.
yeah. All I gotta tell you, you gotta earn it. Don't wait for it. Earn it.
Yeah.
And this is like a struggle with me. Instead of worrying about what other people got, worry about what you want to do.
Right.
And the more you wait,
Exactly.
the more you get lazy, the more you be bitter, the more you be depressed, and you still want to know, you still want to ask God, God, why have not got nothing? And his answer be like, why you not doing anything about it?
Right. Right.
And if you want,
Because He gives us blessings for sure.
yeah, and if you're looking for someone to love, and this, I kind of heard this message from Medea, from one of her plays.
Yeah.
She said, how could God give you someone to love if you don't know how to love your damn self?
Mm-hmm.
That's a message right there. You need to take care of yourself first and love yourself first. Then somebody will come by, will knock to your doorstep, or you'll bump in, and then that true love starts happening.
Right.
Yeah. Listen, Deandre, thank you so much for being on this segment, and I hope you have a very good trip. You're in Jersey right now, right? Or you headed home?
Yeah, I'm coming. Yeah, I'm heading home.
Okay, I hope you had a good time in Jersey, and I hope that work life and everything else is going well for you, and stay positive, because you
Yeah,
are
thank you.
one of
Same to
the
you.
you are the one of the bright people that I know that's always love to stay you, and your singing, I'll be real, your singing helps throughout the day. People like
Mm-hmm.
myself. So
I appreciate that.
yeah, thank you so much, bro. And
Of course.
yeah, thank you for listening to the Po1podcast. And give out a shout out to my guests to share their belief of power to push to new heights and beyond. If you want to share your special power to motivate others, hit me up on social media, powerofones.com. If you want to be a guest on this show, let your word bring inspiration towards those that are in need of guidance. God bless, Godspeed, and remember, always keep moving forward.